Hey, how y'all doing out there, man? I'm so glad that y'all here to tune in because I got something great to bring to y'all right now. I would have to say big shout outs to everybody who's been following me, who's been putting their prayers out for me, and they got my best interest at heart more so, and they keep me in good spirits. As um as for most people, my journey, and as you wish the best for me and all the great things that I put out into the ethers, it shall be returned unto you as well. This is not to be associated with monetary gains. This is more about the soul and the spirit of man and woman, because that's what I'm actually here to bring in this video right now. And, for the record, let me just go ahead and put it out there as an introduction that my name is Leo Azier Bridges. Leo Azier Bridges. That's Leoazir Bridges. The reason why I put bridges is because I look to bridge the gap between the great gulf fix that is put so between different ethnic groups, to try to put some works out, not only try but to do. I'm not going to speak words of doubt, because everything we do with good intent and a good heart and a clean mind, more so, it gets put out there into the ethers. And I would only have to say in that regard is that due to my prayers and yours, that it helps to change the frequency, the understanding and understanding and overstanding of what's taking place within humanity. For the sake of righteousness and where we're going moving forward, for the betterment of our future generations to come, which is also in line with posterity, not posterity, posterity. If you don't know what that word means, you can look it up. Posterity, posterity. Go ahead and look it up. In which we would also be establishing new covenants, so on and so on, which is associated with the book the Bible talks about, where blood touches blood, in which I believe, fellas, since we carry the seed of life, we need to be more conscious of where we're spreading our seeds. This may be somewhat, I would have to say, uh, it may come as uh, somewhat of a debatable topic. It may come as a disturbance for those who preach, you know, um, certain pan pan concepts, pan ideals, aka Pan Africanism. With all due respect, of course, because there's nothing wrong with any Pan Africanism. There's nothing wrong with that, because if it's being that is taught and put out there in such a way that is very factual and is put out there elaborately for the betterment of humanity, being that all life has descended from African people, the original people. So I pay homage, that I do so in my prayers and in my works moving forward. That's right. And so now I'm ready to give you the meat of what I'm actually bringing this video here in for. It is past 3 o'clock in the morning, and as you can see, I'm bright eyed. Today is just one of those days, and that not excuse me, not just today, but tonight, which is also within the morning hours. But I'm not mourning anything right now. I'm actually giving praise to what's taking place within the cosmos. Because, brothers and sisters, I made a great observation tonight in which the spirits have spoken on to me about and made some clarity, gave me some clarity about where we stand and the position of man and woman, which comes by the ordinance of the Creator. Now, this is also going to be troublesome to those who indulge and support lesbianism and homosexuality. I would have to remind you. Let me just get it out. Let me get it out right now. That I do not hate anybody that's in that movement that is indulging in such behaviors and and carrying on with certain mannerisms that's associated with that. I look to edify and to keep people well informed according to what I'm being told in spirit, in addition to my studies. Now, here we go. So, I would like to show you. I would turn the camera to the sky right now where I'm looking at a full moon tonight, you know? And let this also be, let me put this out there now, let this also be a timestamp to this rhetoric that I'm bringing you, because being that it may be, and I would have to give the benefit of the doubt that it will be preached in other ways by other people out there. And I would only hope that they not just regurgitate, but to add on and to expound or elaborate on what I'm bringing you herein. Because what I'm bringing here, okay, wait a minute, here it goes. It just came from beyond the clouds. Take a look if you can. See that there? Now the air train is in the way, but take a look at that full moon. Now you may not get, of course, a clear view that the human eye can see for anybody who's looking upon it, if, but at this time I doubt it because a lot of people are asleep or busy getting ready for their jobs. They're getting ready, uh, washing their face, brushing their teeth, getting dressed and groomed for their jobs. Nevertheless, this is going to be edifying. Now, um, it spoke to me tonight as I look at that full moon. I came here and I was toting on a Black and Mild cigar. And I'm looking at it, and the spirits was telling me, in addition to what I've been learning, is that for those who know that the moon is associated with the feminine energy, which means, in contrast or opposition, that the sun is for men. Now we know that everything is intertwined because the sun's energy gives the sun's energy gives life to all things on earth, all things, plants, animals, human beings, especially the most melanated. Fact or not? This has nothing to do, let me put it out there, that this has nothing to do with racism. Because I don't believe in racism. I don't give power to racism, although I am speaking upon that word today. I conceptualize things, I put things into context, and I like to stick to the facts and be as thorough as can be by what I know and from what I'm being told. I could put it out in another way or be more elaborate and be more, I guess, appealing and with the introduction and how I'm bringing things to you, but I'm being, I'm coming from off the top. I'm coming from within. This is me right now. Okay, I put it out there that I'm not looking for clout. However, I bear witness that when you're speaking truth into the light, when you're putting it out there, it is what it is. I don't look to scandal. I don't look to be, I don't deal with skepticism. I don't deal with conspiracy. Y'all know that. I put that out there many times before that I like to get to the facts. So let me move forward. So what I was told as I gazed upon that moon tonight is that being that the moon is associated with water, right? There's a relationship with the water and the moon, that it has a magnetic pull, is that yes, the moon is associated with feminine energy, which is of the woman, which means in contrast or opposition that the sun is for the man. More so, there is ordinance and order that the Creator has set. Now, the man is to be the protector and the provider. So, men, we go out there and we do what we do during the day, and so do the women. But stick with me here and draw. If you please drop a line, comment, and add to this, if you will, because that's what it's really here for. These are for edifying purposes. Now, being that the man go out in the day and he does what he does to provide for the women, guess what? By the end of the night, fellas, as we receive energy, and so does the moon, because the moon cannot glow and get its power and shine the way that it does, whether it's waxing or waning from the sun's energy. Do you follow? Brothers and sisters, if you do not know what waxing means, if you don't know what waning means, go ahead and look it up in the dictionary. Whether it's the Oxford Dictionary or the Webster's Dictionary or whatever dictionary. Let's get this truth, y'all. Let's get these facts and put it all together so we can create a new world. Especially especially for those of the African race in the Ados family, because we have our work cut out for us. And I would have to say that after putting out this video, there is some changes that I do have to make. I am not excluded from this picture in which we have to better ourselves, to edify one another. One hand washes the other, two arms are for hugging. We have to get involved with we have to get involved with that real unconditional love, y'all. Let me move forward. So as I'm looking upon the moon, I said, "Wow, look at that! Look what God is telling me as the spirits were speaking. That the moon is for the night." Now, normally, fellas and women, ladies out there, sisters, how many people? And this is adulterated here. Most of us have sex during what time? At the night, right? Follow me. Now, just don't look to reply quickly. Hear what I'm saying. I know that the majority of times, fellas, we look to have sex, or we may just happen to have sex because it's quite orderly, as it appears so, within the nighttime. We go out, we do what we do, we gather our things, we work hard, and we come home to our woman. And by the end of the night, the bath water is running for you. You got your cooked meal. The meal is cooked and everything. If you have kids, the kids are there, and everybody gets together at the dinner table. In which I know in the hood, there's not much of that going on because that kind of tradition has been lost in many families within the hood. And while I'm saying that right now, let me go ahead and put this out too, that y'all already know. If you don't, is that I really speak for my people in the ghetto hoods who have lost their way. Because I've lost my way and I'm gaining back the understanding and understanding of life and what I am, not only me, but what man is called to do and woman. So it's like the spirits was telling me, no wonder why we look to have sex at night, fellas, because we do what we do and we may get depleted of some nutrients or whatnot. So, what do we rely on for those who have relationships and they have a woman, fellas? We look to get on onto our woman, our wives, and make love and get that sexual healing, which could obliterate and vanquish all that nonsense that you have been going through within the day. You see, everything has its time. Everything has its place. There's a time and place for everything. That's in the book of Ecclesiastes. I don't need to get deep into that. But what I'm saying is, it was telling me that we have to learn order and establish order. We have to relinquish our crazy egos, over inflamed egos and ways to stop disrespecting women. Which means, woman, you ought to know your position as well. In which I feel, just by the way that the creators have made it, and when we step into a position of power and we know who we are, there's not much, there shouldn't be much contention, confusion as to the roles that we play, which is why I rebuke homosexuality with all due respect. And in rebuking, I'm also in defense of those who are indulging in the ways, and those who are battling those spirits and looking for some kind of, not well, not some kind of, but an expulsion, who are looking for redemption, salvation, which also comes by way of exorcism. I put it out there before on my Instagram. This is why it's important for those who have been following me, that exorcise and exercise is basically spelled out the same way. And as we know, that vowels are interchangeable. So exercised is spelled one way, in which we know exercise, we work out. Exorcise is replaced with an E, or by the E, with an O. Go ahead and look it up yourself and put it into the Google dictionary. Look it up in your dictionary books, encyclopedia, or whatever, or what have you. Exorcism comes by way of expulsion of wicked spirits. This means that we have to set order, fellas. By the night, let your woman do what she do. That's for her. Let a woman have her place and let her do what she do. This is why we have to raise good seeds, brothers and sisters, and women too. We can't do this without one another. You can't have one without the other. And people talk about balance. Well, I'm here to set the record straight. That when we're talking about balance, we have to know the time. For there's a time and place for everything. And by night, let the woman do what they do, y'all. Because in the morning, when we get up, we do what we do. And we look to come home to our woman. We look to come home to our sisters and wives and get right. Establishing great bonds, righteousness, which will bring about inevitably immaculate conceptions, which will have to go hand in hand with a lot of practices. So there's a lot of repenting that we have to do. There's a lot of atonement that has to take place, which comes by the life of flesh, and that is sustained and actually fed by the blood of God. And in the book, it talks about life, and the life of the flesh and the blood and the meat, which comes by the Creator, which is of this is why I'm understanding and understanding more and more the importance of dietary regimens and getting back to water intake, good water. Coconut water indeed is definitely like holy water to us in the city. When you get that good coconut water from the actual fruit and nut, you know what I mean? Without making things perverse, is that yes, we become we establish rather homeostasis, which is also relatable to how a car runs, stoichiometric efficiency. Go ahead and look it up yourself. Everything is intertwined, brothers and sisters. So we have to let the woman do what she has to do, whatever she calls for, whatever she needs. This is why I give big love and shout outs to all my scientists out there. This is why I love science, which is intertwined with religion. I give respect to all religions out there. You living righteously, or you in favor, and you have good favor by the Creator. Let the woman do what she do by night, fellas. Treat her right. Respect, honor, integrity, dignity, passion, compassion, love, serenity. All kinds of, there's many words that we can cluster into this edification. But do you follow me? Pass the word on, man. This is food for thought. I'm not looking to solicit anything from anybody, but a timestamp is here as I speak what I speak. I don't mind if anybody hear what I'm saying, and they go ahead and recite it in a different way. You know, they may compilate some other things and put it together in a different cohesive way. Wonderful, but it's edification for everyone. Men, we have our job, and so do the women. That's what the spirits told me tonight, y'all. With that full moon tonight and that big powerful ring that's around it, as to what I saw when I first came and took this seat initially, It spoke to me right then and there. Right then and there. Fellas, we carry the seed of life. Study spermology. For all my 5 percenters out there, you know what time it is. We look at the woman and we refer to her as the earth. Water is a sacred thing. Sexual rituals, sacred. So we need to stop playing and get this thing together. Now, also, there's pros and cons to all things, which goes to show, and what I'm talking about now, and what I'm edifying us upon, is that it goes to show that there is an imbalance. Because a lot of brothers and sisters like to try to give an excuse or some sort of reason for their indulgences. Well, let me go ahead and set the record straight as to what the Spirit has told me, that there has to be an established balance in righteousness, an ordinance that the Creator has set upon us as human beings. Human beings are the Creator's greatest manifestation. Look what the potter did with the clay. Look what Thomas did, and I'm bright-eyed, in addition to many others out there. Do you follow? Do you understand and understand? So I'm saying that sisters and brothers out there that's dealing with that homosexuality, I'm telling y'all that y'all are in need of expulsion, edification, reasoning, and we have to do so by being thorough, by being factual, and get ready to repent, get ready to atone, X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. We got our work to do, y'all. I'm not looking to get involved with anything where it seems like, oh, I have to take on the spirit of the woman. For what? Why do I got to take on the spirit of woman when God made me a male? I'm a man. I have my appendages. I have my nervous system. All things was created. I have my pectoralis major. It may not be as big as yours, or whatever else that we can associate in regards of size and grandeur or whatever. It is what it is. But we have our place, and so do our woman, y'all. We have to get in touch with our roles. And believe me, if you can, I believe some people, I do believe that some people that's grasping what I'm saying and it has resonance and it continues to reverberate, which everybody who shares the word, that it will establish and cause a ripple effect to bring about a better life, to bring about a better future for humanity's sake, which is, all in all, pleasing the Creator as we get back to, not just back, but in line with who we are and what we're called here to do. Do you follow? You hear me? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It makes perfect sense to me as to why we often have sex. We can have it in the day, but we look to have it in the night. Do associate, like, I'm not looking for no quick responses. I'm not looking for no flattery. I'm not looking for no fluff upon what I'm saying, because this is reality. If you have questions and concerns, or you want to have a debate upon certain things, go ahead and drop the line and let's break bread with one another. I thought iron sharpens iron and steel sharpens steel, and all these pretty things, these concepts and words that and ideas and ideologies that we like to use and reference. But let's really get down to it, y'all, because I know in my heart what I'm saying here makes sense. Now, some people may say, "Oh, it's not making that much sense to me because you ain't breaking it down." Well, I would have to say this: go ahead and take your time to hear my words. Go ahead and define some words. Do some critical thinking. Ponder wisely upon what I'm saying, and put it all together. Compilate what you need to compilate and add to it, so we can do better. And let's help feed one another. That spiritual sustenance that come by way of word, which is the real bread of life for all of those who have obtained and retained the spirit of the Creator. Trust me. Trust me, I see it. And there it goes again beyond the clouds. A beautiful moon, a beautiful full moon. The woman, now, let me go ahead and say this too, because the Spirit just told me that a lot of us are dealing with wicked witchcraft. And when I say wicked, of course, it came by way of perversion and distortion, which is the reason why we have all this duplicity and errors taking place within the spirit and soul of man and woman. So I will say yes in my prayers tonight before I go get some rest tonight. I'm gonna pray that, yeah, God, I am thankful for what you have given me and what you continue to show me and teach me along the way. Help to guide and protect my family and all those out there, all brothers and sisters, especially those according to my tribe, according to the Father. Do the same, and we're gonna bring about a beautiful world. No need to be judging people or trying to mock people because they don't have this and they don't have that. Because if you don't have a good word to put in edgewise or to help somebody in some kind of way, then what does that make you? Hmm, hmm, hmm. Crazy, man. It's crazy with the things I see out here. Trust me when I tell y'all. I would pray for man to get back to who we are to be, to glow up, grow up, glow up, and let's get to who we are to be for righteousness' sake. And also, in closing, what I would have to say is that, yes, inevitably, there has been a lot of things taking place within the spiritual world. There's a lot of combative forces out there. You can't have one without the other. The spirit and the physical are inseparable and forever intertwined. But we know, well, for those who know that spirit comes first, that's primary. Physical, secondary. So I put it out there that, yes, sisters dealing with that homosexuality, get back to your place. Brothers, get back to your place. Let's please the Creator, get into who we truly are called here to be, and be dutiful and fervent in prayer, which could availeth much. I'm not looking to impress nobody. I'm looking to help change, to edify the right way. As that sun comes up, we all get up, we get around that table, have our breakfast. If it's not like that for you, you getting ready for your place of work, occupying your position to do what? This is not about saving your money to get a fancy car, saving your money to get the latest shoes. That's immature and is out of order. Because I mainly do what I do, being that I'm still of the hood. I grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. I represent for my people there, but I'm also representing for that of my tribe, who makes me that of my father and of my mother too. Cause through the spiritual powers, and we need to stop demonizing witches and wizards, because they got those who are doing what they do in righteousness and for righteousness' sake. It's just a lot of things have been misconstrued and tampered with and perverted, inverted, which is why we have all this madness and things going all out of order and out of balance, y'all. Does it make sense to what I'm saying? Go ahead and replay this video and conceptualize it, contextualize it, whatever you need to do. Take some time to let it digest, and trust me, in your everyday goings and your doings, it's gonna come upon you, and you're gonna you're gonna agree to what I'm saying. Now, if you don't agree, then it is what it is upon you. But I know what I feel here, because I've been living this life for quite a while. I've been doing a lot of studying and researching. I've been sleeping a lot of nights on these hard floors and doing what I do. So I'm not looking for validation with all due respect from anybody because I know what I'm being told and I know what I'm being shown, y'all. We gotta get things in order. So I pray for the expulsion for you guys out there and you sisters out there that's dealing with homosexuality. Let's get back to our power. Let's get back to our position of power. Step into it and start shining more light and doing things in accordance to how the Creator has said it. Let the women do their things by night, y'all. Because without them, we have no nation, brothers. Men, we have no nation. Start treating our women right. By the nighttime, they look forward to us coming home. They look forward to coming on home and bringing that energy to them. Don't the sun give power to the moon so it can glow? Come on, y'all. Sexual energy is the most potent and strongest energy out here. SEX, soul exchange, spiritual exchange. But what is it that we're doing with it, y'all? You just trying to gain clout by how many sisters you banged? This, that, and the third? Come on, man. You ain't no child, man. We got work to do. Look upon your tribe and see what's really taking place. Not only here in America, but across that water too. Put all this false pride to the side and let's get straightened up. Leo Isaiah Bridges here, y'all. I'm gonna find some time to put it in another way. I may in fact just go ahead and put it in a poem. Drop a line, show me some love, y'all, and spread the word. Leo Isaiah Bridges, I love y'all. I shape. Salute. Go get me some rest. Peace.